Hello, my name is Shelley, and welcome back for another episode of EU4 as the Knight. In previous episode, we managed to, I believe we got the peace deal final with the Ottomans, and now we got a truce for a decent while. Actually, what was it, 10 years? Yeah, about 10 years still, so that's not too bad. We already had a war against the Pope, but the Pope is actually not too upset about us, so I'll just start improving relations with them. Let's actually unpause for a moment. So we do have a rebellion that might fire out fairly shortly in Tunis. So we've got troops there waiting, so after that we can move them to put out some other fires like in Adana right now. And we are coring down Constantinople. It's going to take a little bit longer, but hopefully not too much more. I've got a missionary in our side, we should be fairly quick. Yeah, it's 6.9% per month. That's actually quite sufficient, I'd say. We've got a fairly good income actually, so we could maybe try, well, there's not a lot of good workshop locations yet. Or particularly good marketplace. I mean, shipyard is always a useful thing, I suppose. And of course, we could build a castle. Oh, actually, yeah, a castle somewhere over here might not be a bad idea. So that's grasslands. This would be highlands, but we can't build a castle there yet. There's mountains over there in Ep10, though. That could actually be quite good. You know what? Yeah, we'll probably build a... Oh, but we don't have anything over here either, do we? No, we don't have a castle in here. Well, Constantinople is going to get a fort once we complete the coring, I guess. So we'll save the cash for that, I suppose. But we've got a fairly good income. I mean, it could be better, of course, but it's definitely not the worst that we've had. We could perhaps mothball the fort in Cyprus right now. There's no unrest or anything like that in there, so it's not really in a risk. And I did actually notice that the Ottomans had most of their armies on the Anatolian... Oh yeah, they've got all the armies on the Anatolia side of things. I mean, admittedly, they've got the capital over there as well, so if there's going to be rebellions in here, they are going to have some problems, although they are building some transports. So at least in theory, they can transport some troops over, if need be. Okay, new agenda of the Diet. Let's see. Clergy wants Thessalia to be Catholic. I mean, that's kind of doable, I suppose. What do we get from that? Ah. Right, that would be, if we accept that, that would be cheaper conversion there. Or cheaper upkeep for it. And we get an advisor and clergy loyalty. Then nobility wants a barracks in Athens. That would give a +1 base manpower in there, so that's not a really bad one. Anyway, yeah, we'll take that one. We've got room for a few buildings there, so barracks it is. Looks like the Ottomans are indeed down. Oh, there we go. There's a rebellion in Tunis. And that's been dealt with. So now what we can do is we can transport... I mean, suppose... Oh yeah, we just need to transport down this way. That'll take a little while, but it's not too bad. Profiteering in Gallipoli. Serbia opinion of us goes down. We get a bit more local trade power in Gallipoli and reduce unrest. I mean, that's actually not necessarily too bad, but the local goods produced would go down. Or we gain more unrest, but produce more goods. I think we're going to protect our trade. So Serbia might be a bit upset, but what are they going to do about it? They don't have a border with us, or even coastline for that matter. We've got a decent bit of people's influence, to be fair, so we could probably go ahead and take the inflation reduction again. That wouldn't actually be the worst. We could also try to get the... Well, we don't have too much problems with the Diplo reputation, actually, so we don't need to worry about that one. Improved relations could be quite handy in certain regards. Or improve... Or increase mercantilism, but we're going to probably take the inflation reduction, just so that we can get rid of some of that. Eventually we'll get the economic ideas, and that's going to allow us to start getting rid of that kind of all the time. Venice is asking for more soldiers. I mean, I suppose that's fine. Although we're still below 50... Well, now we're around 50% of our strength again. I suppose Venice has been fighting a lot for us, so they might be a bit down on the manpower. Plus they've got a massive stack of troops here, which is still not full strength. There we go. Constantinople is now a core, so we can make Thrace into a territory. Gonna cost a little bit on points to make that happen, but that will be pretty good for our economy, I reckon. And we could... Oh, right, now that we've got this... Oh, Tunis is no longer a valid rival. Okay, let's go ahead and get the castle over here in Constantinople. That'll be quite useful. And now we need more rivals. Well, Portugal is one that we could rival. Oh, Venice has got a fairly strong navy. Of course, they probably have a lot of trade ships and transports. So I reckon that we could probably take them on, but I don't necessarily want to. But Portugal is something we can definitely rival. For now, anyway. It might cost us Castile at some point as an ally, but for the time being, it'll be fine. And we can start converting another province. I suppose Thessalia could be the next one. It's only going to be taking 15 months. And if we have a look at the religious map mode, we can see that we've done a fairly good job on converting over here. Of our territories, at least. Of course, there's a little bit of Sunni territories over here and a lot more Orthodox in the Balkans, but we're slowly getting through there. So I've also, since the last episode, I've had a bit of a look at the things. So I don't think we initially want to go for the Latin Empire, or at least form the Latin Empire, because it's technically speaking a end tag. Now, with the Knights Mission Tree, we can still form Jerusalem, but at the same time, it might be better to avoid doing that. Like, I kind of like the Knights... Oh... Austria declare one Bohemia. Well. But I like the knight ideas quite a bit. Speaking of which, when can we... Oh, we could do... Oh, no, but we've got a truce with Ottomans, so we can't raid their territories. We've already raided the Mamluk ones, and Tunis we can't raid either right now. Alright, then. Oh, Papal State would actually be willing to take an alliance with us. So what I'm thinking, actually, with Papal States is that I might try to vassalize them at some point. If possible. It would be a little bit difficult, admittedly. Might have to do it through a war. But the idea is that, you know, we'll vassalize the Pope, possibly, and then we'll just feed all of mainland Italy, excluding Sicily and Corsica and Sardinia, to them so that they can form the Kingdom of God. Also, I suppose what we could do is we could start increasing the size of this army, so we'll get another 2 artillery. That will speed up sieges a lot. Plus, they'll deal a little bit damage in combat. And I suppose we'll probably get another 2 infantry as well. So that'll be 12 for 4. Oh, and there we go. 1 extra base manpower in Athens. Still not the best in terms of devastation, though. But I suppose Athens might get a fort of its own. It's got a center of trade and all that, so it would be... It's not necessarily the most defendable location. It's got farmlands in there, but at the same time, it's kind of a nice location in there that we'll definitely want to protect. And it would reduce the devastation, at least in here. And also as a bit of a wall against the Venetians if we start fighting them. Priests are preaching heresy. Okay, so there would be local unrest in there. How is that? It doesn't really have a lot of unrest, actually. So we don't necessarily need to worry about it too much, but local manpower, monthly autonomy and all that, I think we are going to crack down on it. It's going to cost a little bit Diplo points, but the clergy is going to be a bit more loyal. Speaking of which... right, bourgeoisie is quite influential, so we're not going to seize lands, because that would reduce the loyalty too much. So I guess we are just staying here in terms of that right now. Oh, there we go. We've got the max relations with Papal States. So we've got quite a few claims of Mamluks, actually. Including Jerusalem and Gaza and Jaffa, which are some of the things that we need to form Jerusalem. So we are building up a bit of an army in here. I suppose what I could do is just put in this on the rebel suppression in there for the time being, and we might want to get another ship. Another transport ship, that is. So we'll get a 10 so we can transport half an army still. Another thing that we might want to start doing soon-ish is start building a bit of marines. It's going to save us a little bit of manpower, and it's going to be perfect for doing some quick landings in places and then hopping away again. Ooh, we can invest into the... Yeah, and you know what? We'll take this one, Conviction of Sin, because that's going to reduce the unrest even further. So if we have some unrest in, like, these two, it's not going to be quite as likely to fire, at least. We might also want to get a few more galleys, if we are quite honest. Although, I suppose trade ships wouldn't be bad either, especially in Constantinople. You know what, we'll get 1 more of those, at least. Ottomans no longer considers Austria as a rival. Oh. I wonder if Ottomans are going to start considering me as a rival soon enough. Maybe not yet. I can't rival Ottomans. They are still quite a bit strong. Are they actually still in the Great Powers list, by chance? They are number 4 in there. We've only got 212 points right now ourselves, but we're not actually that far from being on the Great Powers list. It's just a few good wars and we'll be there. 2 high taxes. Right, Maria and Cyprus get local autonomy. It will wear down over time, of course. Or some unrest on both of these. I mean, we can actually afford taking that. Cyprus isn't in a bad situation. There's still a little bit of separatism, but... oh, right, that's part of the state there, so friendly troops do a lot. Thessalia is being converted. I guess Gallipoli is going to be the next target. Just converting the Orthodox at first, I suppose. It's a lot faster to do so, so that's at least going to provide a better... All those provinces will start providing better bonuses for us. Unpopular mathematician. We can get 1 innovation for 20 prestige, or we get 10 prestige and 5 devotion. I'm going to take the innovation. How is our innovation right now anyway? It's 18. This is not too bad. I mean, it could definitely be better, of course. We are currently on our golden era as well. We've got 4 of the things met here. So we've got humiliated arrival. I think it was Tunis that we humiliated. Then we got present on 2 continents. Emperor's Renaissance. Last city. We do not have 5 centers of trade of level 2 or higher. We have not discovered America. And we do not hold 3 thrones because we can't have junior partners as monastic orders, but that's fine. So we've got the... Oh, right, the transport is being built now in Anana. We've got the 20,000 man army in here now. That's pretty decent overall. Oh, well, that's the 3 siege business. That's brilliant. How are we getting the influence now? We've got almost 5 per month. Oh my, that's actually quite nice. Well, the clergy is quite happy, and we've got fairly good relations with the Pope, so that does definitely help. We can probably mothball the fort in Rhodes as well. We don't really have a particularly great army tradition because of the not keeping all the forts up and all that. But at the same time, it's going to save us a bit of money, which means that we can maybe start building the fort in Athens actually already. There goes most of the money, admittedly, but that's alright. We'll get it back eventually. So Ramazan's still having a bit of a higher chance of revolt there, but at the same time, it's going down a bit faster. So I think we'll be fine, and we are getting the first castle in Epirus, which is going to be a nice oh no, it was Constantinople actually. But it's going to be... Epirus is probably going to be a good location for forts still. So we'll start fortifying, especially Greece is going to be really good to fortify. But also, we need to make sure that our fleet is strong enough to fight off any competing navies if need be. Well, the Venetians have brought in the army in here. I don't know what they're after. Oh, and Gazuraptor has died. Oh no. Well, there goes that general then. Bit of a shame. We're going to get a pretty good amount of money from taking the Merchant Son. I think we're going to take the Merchant Son, actually. Right, Zamoricato. New heir. 214. Oh, a Zealot. Actually, that's not bad. Katmandos, on the other hand, is... Oh, right, Gazoo was an heir. Right, wasn't he? Was a pretty good general, though. But I think it might be time to get a actual general. Ooh, 2440. So no siege pips, but the 4 shock is going to be quite good. That'll definitely keep our armies in... Oh, Protestant Reformation. So it begins, and the end of the Age of Discovery is going to be in 10 years now. Right there. So I guess southern Germany is going to be quite Protestant. I don't know what other areas are going to be. We are going to stay Catholic, though, and we'll probably try to influence a little bit of the situation. But of course, well, actually, our capital is still or within Europe, rather. But once we form Jerusalem, we will be outside, and we won't be able to do anything about the League War. Well, not directly, anyhow. We are making good money right at this moment, so that's definitely good news. And we could possibly get... Oh yeah, we can get the repair speed up and sailor maintenance down, and we'll also get an extra Diplo relation. Oh, that's actually going to be really nice. Because that means that we could perhaps ally the Pope. There we go. Pope might not like Venice necessarily. But now we've got Pope as an ally, so our relations with Pope are going to be really good, which means that our papal influence is going to be skyrocketing. I do not want to increase the bourgeoisie influence, so we'll side with the clergy on the Papal Authority. Although clergy's influence is pretty high as well. But now their influence is at least less than 100. Nobility is still fairly loyal, so we can see some more land. Get back to 40% at least. Looming disaster, oh. Bourgeoisie's loyalty is a bit down. Don't suppose I can do anything about that directly, can I? Well, the equilibrium is going to be fairly high. I mean, it's over 60. Almost 70. And these don't have an instant effect either, so there's that. I suppose I could perhaps summon the Diet, which is going to increase the loyalty a bit further. And then if I take the bourgeoisie, that would... Okay, workshop in Thessaly. It would increase the base production there, so I suppose it's possible. Don't know how much of a... Well, okay, they produce wool. Monthly income is not going to be increasing much, but the extra base production there will help. Of course, there's a lot of devastation, but once we get the fort in Athens, that's going to start reducing the devastation in here. How strong is the Eltroman army now? It's still 38,000 men. They're not at war right now. There's someone privateering in here, but I suppose that's not really my territory. No, but we are... Oh, no, actually, we're not the biggest one in there. Admittedly, we could probably increase the center of trade in Constantinople to be level 2. That'd probably help. We need a bit of money for that. Oh, but there we go. We converted to Gallipoli. I guess Adana is going to be our next target, which might be having a bit of revolution soon, but we've got the army waiting there. And then we might even just go to Antioch and provoke the revolt there. It would be a bit stronger revolt, perhaps, but it will allow us to start drilling the army. We'll probably transport it to Cyprus to safety and then start drilling there. Bible translated. Well, it's clearly heresy. It's going to reduce the reform desire and also improve our relations with both Venice and Papal States. But let's have a look. Has there been any other nations that... Oh, wow. Poland's all... Oh, right. Okay, there's a lot of Protestants in here. Wait, Poland is Protestant? Wow. I don't think I've seen Poland be Protestant before. Did they even get... No, I don't think they even got one of the Center of Reform. But I suppose it's the Hussites turn into Protestant. And they probably have quite a bit, or had quite a bit of those. Oh, well, looks like we actually have a cardinal now. Don't know how long we've had that, to be fair. But we've got a cardinal in Rhodes, and we might be able to get another one at some point. But at this point, we could, in theory, try to get or become the papal or courier controller. We'll invest a tiny bit. It's not going to be initially a lot of chances of becoming the courier controller, but it would be nice. But there we go. We got over 100 ducats again. Ramazan is separate. It's actually not that quick that it's going to fire. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a somewhat peaceful episode, I reckon. Unless a chance at a rise. Right now, it is what it is. Our total army size is not going to increase too much right now. We've got the fortifications at least built. Well, some of them. Oh. Right, looks like Bohemia they had to cede most of their territory, or a lot of their southern territory, at least to Austria. Who is quite strong. They got Hungary as a junior partner. But that doesn't really surprise me. So we may have to eventually fight them as well. Oh, Protestant entrenched. Ah, fish price goes down. Well, that's actually bad for our economy. Oh, we've got a new advisor apparently, but I'm not checked what it is. So, Hagia Sophia, we still need to convert the province. But then that's going to start improving the clergy loyalty, tolerance of heretics, and tolerance of true faith. Oh. Right, is this attacking war, or... Yeah, it is attacking war. Okay, I suppose I'll join that. Oh, that means that we're going to actually have the war taxes on, yeah. Golden Era Culture. Oh, new artist. So who are we actually fighting? Serbia. Serbia is the closest one that I could perhaps fight, but at the same time, I don't really have a land border with them or anything. So I think we're mostly fine. Ah, there we go. We got the base production Thessaly. I suspect that once we get the devastation go further down, the production or profitability of the workshop is going to be improved quite a bit. Right now, the production isn't massive, but it does help. And of course, there's a decent bit of autonomy as well, which I suppose it's not really going down right now. Oh, it did appear here. Okay. I think we're just gonna split the party. Turn half of this over to Athens. Wait. No. There we go. That'll be better. So we can just stack wipe that all these armies. We could probably just go and start CC down a little bit there. We'll get a little bit of money that way. I don't think the enemy is going to be up that strong, but at least this is where we can keep things under wraps. Oh, and we've got the second army over here, which should take over the rebel suppression duties. So we can see that they got a bit of armies. We've got 2 sets of cannons in here. Oh, I can't get... Well, let's just go ahead and start sieging down the fort then. It's a mountain fort, which is a bit less than ideal. Oh, I can purchase ability. Guess we'll take the cavalry armies. Not that we necessarily need it, but, you know, it's one of those things that could be handy in case we lose a lot of the infantry in a combat. There we go. This battle is quite an easy victory. Just going to move it in here to Antioch. That should probably be sufficient. Put it into work there. Oh, they brought in the armies down south now. Now, luckily, the fortification in Athens is going to be completed soon, so even if they try seizing down things in here, they won't be able to do much about it, or they won't be able to hold on to it, rather. And right now, we're waiting for points to get the mill tech, because that is going to unlock the better tactics, the better infantry, and increase the combat width as well. So we kind of do want to have that. Although we don't actually have an army to meet the combat with right now anyway. Oh, well, they started sieging... Ah, there was no one in there yet. Ah, okay. You bastards. Embellishment of forts. I'm going to take the prestige. They are going to win that siege, I'm afraid. Or not, because they decided to give up that fight. And they also lost this battle. There we go. So now Athens has a bit of time to get a few defenders in there. We'll probably just wait in here for a month or two, just to let that happen. Now, unfortunately, now that we've got the money, we can't actually increase the harbor size because we're in a war. Admittedly, Bohemia is not very enthusiast, or let's just say that they're not looking forward to this war. So yeah, it's mostly just piecing out a lot of these other allies that they have, I guess. Oh, and there we go. We could get the Diplotech 8 right now, but I suspect that we might actually want to just save the point for the time being. Maybe invest a little bit in, actually, in provinces where we have a lot of, well, rather we got a church already, like this one. It could be quite handy. It's only 34. Put in one more in there, so it's going to be 15 development. And it also reduces the devastation all the way down, and this one's already going down rapidly as well. So I suspect that we are going to be making a lot more money here shortly. We're going to take a little bit corruption and lose some reform progress, because I'd rather not lose stability if I can avoid it. It looks like Naples is having a bit of rebellions. So I'm currently allied to all three of these nations. There's probably going to be a war between some of them eventually. Then I'll need to choose a side, but right now we're fine. Ooh, I could be the first one to complete the ideas. You know what, we're still going to save the points for the tech, just to be on the safe side. Although the next idea is galley combat ability, or the next national idea rather, is galley combat ability and chance to capture enemy ships, as well as from the divine ideas we get the prestige from land battles, manpower and true faith provinces, and mission strength versus heretics, and closure, loyalty, equilibrium. So that would be quite nice, and then unfortunately these two idea crews don't really have that good of a synergy. It's the prestige from naval battles and naval treachery from battles, so, you know, it can be good, but it's not really that amazing. Like, we might put it on until we get something better. Oh, Ottomans are fabricating claims. Speaking of which, so they still got 38,000 men. When do we have the truce expiring? So it's going to be in 4 years or so. Next year we are going to... or the truce with Tunis is going to end. That would allow us to start expanding it further in here, although they are allied to Ottomans. If I was to declare... actually, they would not join. Because they're quite a bit in debt. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Well, in that case, we might be able to take a decent bit of land in Tunis after this war. There we go, Adana has been converted. I guess Antioch could be the next one. Tunis and Constantinople are a bit on the expensive side. But we don't... oh, actually, we didn't have the edict there. And we never turned Aleppo into a state, so let's actually take care of that one. That'll speed up the conversion quite a bit, I reckon. Oh, Stettin's out of the war. Targai to Wolgast. Stettin will pay money. I gained a tiny bit of cash from that. Not a lot, mind you, but it's, I suppose, in the end, better than nothing. I'm just going to let the... oh yeah, there we go. The Serbians and the Sicily have their troops in there. So I'm just going to, you know, defend my territories in here right now. I may not have participated a lot in this war, but I have participated a little bit. 9%. Actually, at this point, we might as well move the army back a little bit. Now that we've got the fort in here, Epirus is the only place that they could siege down, which is something that I suppose actually... I'm just going to start building the castle in there right now. So we're still quite a bit ahead of time in tech. Oh, and I don't have colonialism because it hasn't spawned in yet. Right. For an inventor, it's going to reduce relations with the various Muslim nations, but gain innovativeness, or gain some prestige and relations with Ottomans. No, we don't need to worry about the Ottoman relations right now. As long as we don't have a casus belli, or rather a coalition, not a casus belli, and they don't have a massive amount of allies, we should be fine. We've still got a fairly good ally as Venice. So that will help quite a bit. So we might actually, after the truce ends with the Ottomans, we might do a second war with them. Because I don't think they'll have too much troops on this side, hopefully. And if they do, we'll at least have 20,000 men of our own, fairly good quality, and we can blockade the Sea of Marmara so they can't transport or move troops over. And we'll just be able to siege down all of the western side first. They'll probably siege down a little bit of stuff over here in the east, but, yeah, well, that's not the end of the world. Oh, we're no longer ahead of time, are we? No, okay, so it's time to get the admin tech then. So we don't start losing innovationness. But there we go. Oh, the next one's going to be another idea group. I haven't quite decided if I should go for the economy ideas, or economic ideas, or if I should go for another military idea group. Either one could be quite fine, to be fair. Oh, truce with Tunis has ended. But if I was to declare war on you, Ottomans would actually join. Okay, well, maybe we won't do that quite yet then. No, while I could go siege down Serbia, I don't think I really need to. I'll let the Polish deal with the war. We could get another... Right, that's the morale of armies for another 20 years. You know what? Yeah, we'll take that one. Also get a bit more prestige. We've got a tiny bit of corruption with that, so we're going down pretty nicely. How strong is the Ottoman fleet, by chance? 33 ships. But what is the fleet? I mean, first of all, it is smaller than what we have. It's mostly transports. Like, half of it's transport. They do have 4 heavies, 8 galleys, and 5 light ships. Overall, we actually got a much more effective navy, I'd say. Oh, looks like the separatists, yeah, okay, these have restarted. But the separatism on a lot of these areas should be going down fairly quickly, so I don't think there's going to be any other rebellions. Oh, we can invest into the Miltech. Sure. I'll take that. And let's have a look at the unit type. So I tend to go with the Lancet mostly for the extra defensiveness. Kalala infantry is fairly good for damage on the enemy. Condotta is not bad either, to be fair. I think we might actually go with the Condotta infantry this time around. Consider that we've got fairly close relations with the... Oh, Akuyunlu is no longer a valid rival? Was that the case? Yeah, that was the case. And I can't add it anyone while we're at war. Alright. Oh, there we go. So it is being seized down. Ottomans announced me as a rival. Ooh. And we're going to have a revolt over here in Syria. Now, luckily, we have the troops sitting on their location. We have a bit of artillery. We had just switched the unit type, to be fair, so that was a bit of a problem. I guess it might be time to go ahead and pick these troops up. Bring them to Greece. Then we can combine the armies again. And once we start fighting, the Ottomans will be ready. With this primary army, anyway. Oh, the Ottomans got almost 14,000 men in Tarbalus, or Drablus, sorry. Again, it's armies that are not on the western side of the Straits, or the European side of things, so we're fine. Means that we can seize down most of this fairly quickly, I reckon. I mean, there's the mountain fort there, that might take a little while. Got a lot of cannons, though. But do you see that we are actually out of time for this episode? So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.